Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Shalom to my YAHAWAH team who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this bound captivity. This is Brother Koa coming at you with a brief lesson, not a short lesson, but a brief lesson, going into just this one thing, especially in preparations for the upcoming end times. As we are in the end time, we are drawing closer and closer to more so the climax of the end times. All right, so first things first, I want to get this precept. 1 Peter, bear with me a moment. First Peter chapter 5, verse 7, casting all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. Right? So what I want to talk about is the preparation for the upcoming end time that we're about to get into, which stems from the terrible things that's going to happen. All right. Now, one thing I want to I really want to heavily promote these couple of videos that I've seen, all right, in tandem to doing this lesson, because these couple of lessons are something that it kind of feels like it's something that we should already know, or it's something that we should already have. But the fact of the matter is that we just sometimes we need someone to explicitly tell us these things so that we know we have a better visualization and a better understanding of these things. All right. Now, for the first one, I want to get the first video I would like to promote. All these links are going to be in the description or / they'll be in my community tab, and I've already posted them even before the upload of this video. So definitely go check those out in the community tab. By the time this video has been uploaded, it's like the first 4 or 5 videos. Definitely check them out. They are very integral to building ourselves up in the faith. And now, with that being said, the first one is, let me get this. Not this one. Over here. A video called "I Hate Your Fake Love." It says the F word off, all right? Basically, or fuck off, whatever. By GMS Quawalia, all right? Quawalia 4, all right? This is a very important video, only because one of the main reasons why this video is so important, because it actually shows you the gravity of how much you can help the body out. All right. The Lord told us, to spread His gospel. Spread His gospel. All right. And for a majority of the time, all right, I was under the impression that it was always that you had to learn the scriptures, learn the word, and be able to preach and teach. I thought that was always what it meant to spread this gospel, and this video had proven that wrong. All right. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean that I'm going to slow down the pace of my teaching or anything like that. It just goes to show me, what more I can do in this faith. All right. With that also being said, let me also get this. Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. So this is a parable. All right, so this is not literal, but this is for you to understand just how the Lord works in terms of giving people their abilities. All right? So there's several abilities. Verse 15, and unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. All right, so this is the understand. This was my initial understanding of it, right? Which it was. So, firstly, me, let's say, the first, all of them were needed to be out on the highways and byways. All right. So, 5, 2, and 1. In addition to that, just like staying there, just being out there, giving your body as a living sacrifice, that's also another factor to it. But then there comes the individual ability, the individual responsibility that we all have to put in towards this truth. All right. Now, one of those things, the most common thing is being a preacher and a teacher. Okay, so being able to comprehend the scriptures, which I still am trying to grow in that aspect. All right, but regardless, being a preacher and a teacher in the truth and being able to, I just thought that was always something that basically everyone needed to do, or everyone had to get to the point where they were able to do so. But apparently that's not the case. All right, so call Allah YAHAWAH for allowing me to be able to see that that is not the case, and there are different ways, and that's what this brother's video showed me. All right, so that's why I really want to express the severity in other brothers' videos. Let me also get this. I think it's 1 John chapter 4 verse 13. Hereby know we that 1 John chapter 4 verse 13. Hereby know we that we dwell in him and he in us, because he hath given us of his spirit. All right, so the Lord gave us a piece of his spirit. It's for us to be able to express so many different the different range of his emotions, the different range of his frustration, his happiness, his sadness, his wisdom. All right, and we see that in so many different brothers, a wide variety of different brothers, okay, when they preach and teach, because there are different brothers that are very knowledgeable in the field of Esau, Edom, and how he likes to deceive people. There are different brothers that are very knowledgeable in just scientific things, okay. I know a little bit about science myself, and there are different brothers that are just knowledgeable in just in the spiritual things, okay, that are able to spiritually discern a lot of things, such as what dreams means and whatnot, or the spiritual side of how the Lord speaks to his children. All right, so there's a wide which that part I lack in, unfortunately. All right, Yahawadah, he gives me spiritual lenses to be able to understand the spiritual side of things. All right, but anyway, aside from that, but yeah, that's how important it is to be a part of this one body. You get that? Romans chapter 12 verse 4, Romans chapter 12 verse 4, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in HaMashiach, and every one members one of another. All right, so different body parts are responsible for different things. Okay, you have the hands for lifting stuff, you have the feet for movement. Okay, eyes for seeing whatever. All right, there are different body parts, and this is the beauty of being a part of the body, where you're not gonna always be knowledgeable or very talented in every aspect. Okay, sometimes the Lord blesses you with particular skills in one area and in another. All right, and what the brother was trying to convey in this video, all right, was, or who the brother was trying to talk to in this particular video was the brothers that seemingly have even less than the baseline of teaching. Okay, so, and that's the thing, is you don't even need to be ashamed that you can't teach. It's not something that you're obligated to do, because some of us are bad teachers. I know I used to be a bad teacher myself until, as time went on, with that, necessity, the Lord put the Spirit on me to become a teacher. All right. So, and with that, I have acquired a bit of patience. Keyword a bit, compared to my complete lack of patience that I used to have. All right. But yes, I have acquired a bit of patience, where I'm even now trying to prolong that bit into a lot. All right. But with that being said, for those that don't even have any patience or are just incapable to comprehend and break stuff down, for them, even then you still have a job to do. So if you are with other brothers, you have other brothers with you, then you can just make posters, accumulate all the information and stuff like that. Maybe you have a bit more money, you can fund making garments and whatnot. All right, and even for just basically being there, or carpooling. Okay, maybe some brothers have cars, maybe some other brothers don't have cars and whatnot. All right, you can be you can find your position in this truth and do your part. All right, we need to be what's the word? We need to be on top of wanting to do the work. All right. And then as for the brothers that aren't with them, that are by themselves, and they can't go out on the highways and byways because they can't teach at all. All right. Well, there's still something that you can do, which is sharing the brothers' video. Which again, I want to give all the credit to this to the brother who made this video. Okay. So while all right, this brother, he really opened my eyes to that. All right, and for me, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to share even more brothers' videos. All right, as I'm watching, I definitely believe that lots of brothers need to see the wide range of just the body of Yahawadah and Yahawashi. All right, the whole body. The lost sheep need to see the whole range of what the body can do. All right, and how we edify the masses, and how we show each and every single one we show each and every single side on how knowledgeable we are. Each and every aspect of the knowledge and the power that the Lord has distributed across the body, and not just in one person. Okay, and also we can't be exalting one person, right? Treating someone like, oh, they're the Messiah or anything like that. All right, our Messiah is Yahawashi. All right, and we're waiting on him. But we do have some brothers that are a bit more known, I guess. But that doesn't change the fact that we still respect brothers, respect order, but at the same time, acknowledge that this is a body. All right, so moving on to the next one. Definitely go check these videos out again, as I said before. Next is made by GMS Kansas City Prophets 3 for Akim that may struggle with fear and anxiety. Exhortation. All right, so with this comes in the form of when if you are scared or anything like that, if you feel uncomfortable, if you have your past traumas that are restricting your ability to do something. And once again, this is very common for I will say, not just Jake, or not just Jake, but Israel in general, but just people in general, okay? Lots of people have trauma, and they might not even know it, all right? Especially in more recent times, because mental health has been on the forefront of this society, all right? But let me get this. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell. So this is the lesson, all right? Yes, there are going to be times when you feel afraid, okay? Like say for example, there was a study done where trauma and fears are inherited by the children and their parents, all right? So with that, like there are going to be times when Jake or Israel, not Jake, but Israel is going to be afraid. Let's just say, the centurions, or more specifically, the modern day centurions, which are the cops, all right? So, and which, I have that fear for me. With me, whenever I, see the police, I have that instinctive fear of, okay, well, they're probably gonna, do this to me, especially with, with the whole stuff with media pushing out, cop killings and whatnot, all right? So I'm gonna have that instinctual fear for my life and stuff like that. But taking it a step further, okay, with that fear for the centurions, the thing is we can't let that fear stop us from doing what we need to do. Okay, that's number one. But at the same time, I'm not trying to say this as like license to, oh yeah, you can go do whatever you want, ignore the law. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, yes, there are going to be times when something or someone or circumstances strike fear into you, okay, where you're not going to want to do something, but at the same time you need to be able to overcome that fear, overcome that trauma, overcome that thing that's mentally holding you back in order to do what needs to be done, right? More so preaching this word, okay? And you know what? Funnily enough, let me actually bring up the lesson, me as an example, okay? There was a time when I was scared to come out. I always thought, it's like I always heard stories of, brothers getting locked up for this truth, but in reality, as I've grown in this truth, all right, I learned that it was because of their ego, their pride, that they got locked up. Right? So they didn't get locked up for the truth. They got locked up because they wanted to be, brash and belligerent. All right? They just didn't care for authority. All right? And there was the most recent example that I can remember. All right, was I believe either last year or a couple of months back, when someone from WFI, they were being told by the cops, hey, you can't be here. You need to leave. All right, like, we don't want to arrest you. And they gave them multiple opportunities for 10 to 20 minutes of talking to them and telling them the exact same thing over and over. Hey, you leave, you can't be here, and we can talk over there, talk over here. Where they weren't even saying that you had to leave, or you had to pack everything up and stop. They just said, go across the street. And then he just took that by what authority, like an idiot, right? And this is why, that's another thing. You can't be thinking that you're, let me get that. Romans chapter 12, verse 3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Yahawah hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. All right, so this is we're not supposed to be thinking of ourselves, oh yeah, I'm hot shit and whatnot. Or you have to be thinking like, okay, you know what, yeah. And in addition to that, we're supposed to be coming in a humble spirit. All right. What does the scripture say? Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, Slakia, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right? So you have to be converted, and by converted, basically, you have to, the thing is, Slakia, with this truth, you have to renew your mind to become as a little child. That's number one, in order to be able to receive this truth. In addition to that, you have to humble yourself down and not think that you are, oh, I'm deserving of the right hand of Yahawashi, the left hand of Yahawashi, of being next to Yahawashi or with Yahawashi or anything like that. You have to understand that you are, you are at the very bottom. Okay, you are, because at the end of the day, if you truly want to look at it from a realistic standpoint, we all should be, just destroyed. All right, Esau could be, ruling over us permanently, and that's a fault of Israel just constantly going off. All right, Israel constantly being foolish and not wanting to, listen and obey the word when the Lord told us, hey, do all this stuff, don't do this, don't do that. All right. But then we just wanted, let me go get the golden, let's go make Aaron make the golden calf for us. And then you completely go off, right? And that's when the Lord just should have been like, you know what, I'm done with you. I'm gonna make a new one, or I'm gonna make a new nation, or I'm gonna find some new people that will worship me, and that won't go off, all right? And but because of that, the Lord spared us, right? Having forgiveness. Let me also get that. It's another thing to remember. Bear with me one moment. Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. Matthew chapter 6, verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. All right? So the same way we're able to, the same way our heavenly Father forgives us, we need to be able to forgive our brothers in this truth. All right? Now, and that's when one trespasses against one another. All right, but yeah, it's lucky. I want to go back. So with the fear thing, there are going to be times when you're going to be afraid to do something. All right, but the thing is, you have to, even with that fear, you have to overcome it and just reject the notion of fear, or not necessarily reject it, but even with that fear, it's kind of like a fear factor. All right, where people, they were scared of bugs or whatever, like, I don't know, spiders. I think they put spiders on them. But they did it because they want the money. They did it because they saw that there was a reward at the end of doing it, all right? So, we have to be able to do the same, okay? Our life is fear factor right now, all right? Where we're going to have to go through certain things. But the thing is, you can't shy away from it just because you're afraid. You have to push through no matter what. All right, and also that goes to show your love for Yahawadah and Yahawashi is greater than your fear. All right, it's the same thing. Like, say for example, if you had a daughter or kids that got kidnapped, obviously by a a drug dealer or whatever, or drug dealers, or a group of criminals, or police, whatever, all right, you're still going to go try your best to save them, all right? Or at the very least, I would hope that you would, all right? Because that's your child that you love. You love them, all right? So in that same way, you also need to be able to have love for YAHAWAH, and even though you're afraid of something, you still go and, try to do what you can to prove that you love them, all right? The next thing, and the last thing I want to get, okay, finally, yeah, this was one of the biggest and most important, all three of these are the most important, some of the most important lessons that you will learn in this trip, right? Definitely, take them to heart and go deeper into this, all right? The brothers went went to even better detail than me in each of these topics. So definitely go and check out their video. So the last one is Bakar Amath is everything bad that happened to you judgment. Now, this was something that, I used to think it was the case. I used to think that everything bad happened to me was, okay, yeah, I probably did something, or I can't think of what I did before, but whatever, I guess it's probably something that I did, and I'm probably, I got away with it, and I'm probably paying for it now, this, that, and third. That's what I genuinely thought, all right? But that is not the case. Not every time that something bad happens to us, that it's going to be judgment, all right? And the reason why, and Slaki, let me also get this first. Some context first. Proverbs chapter 12, from my headspace, by the way. Context from my headspace. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 21. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. All right? So, basically, it's saying that those that are just, those that are righteous, that are doing their best to be a righteous man or woman or whatever of the Lord, they're not going to have to experience much hardship. Right? That was what had gone through my mind prior to this lesson, but that's not the case, as I said before. And we're going to go get into it, because what happens is when we are seeking to be better, or more specifically, when the Lord is bettering us, all right, we're going to have to go through hardship. Let me get that as well. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Okay, so the Lord is going to put us through tests in order to build us up spiritually, all right? Builds up in knowledge, wisdom, whatever, all right? In every way. Okay, the thing is that hardships make people stronger, all right? So when we go through stuff, it is not always because we were wicked, right? It's because the Lord wants to make us better. Now, obviously, you have to be able to be spiritual enough to see, okay, you know what? Or be spiritual enough to reflect on yourself and say, okay, what did I do? And be able to differentiate when something is actually judgment, or when something is because the Lord is testing you. Because if you are spiritual and you're doing all that you're supposed to be doing, but yet the Lord is still, kicking your ass and whatnot, you have to be able to understand when it's judgment, or when it's a test, or when the Lord is building up and preparing you for something better. All right, and we also get this. All right, but yes, the most important thing to remember, all right, is to still grow spiritually. All right, we can't remain stagnant in this truth. All right, you can't just say, okay, well, now I know I'm an Israelite. Okay, well, that's it. Then, the Lord's gonna save you. Like, no, it doesn't end with the end there. It starts there, and it progressively gets. Let me get that before I get this. Slock it. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1, my soul, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay, so basically, all the hardships that we're going to go through is a result of us being in this truth. All right, we are going through hardships precisely because the Lord wants us to be better. Okay, the Lord wants to see, is this the true gold that I want to deliver out of this wicked kingdom? Is this the true gold, that I chose? All right, this, and that's how. Let me get that as well. This is what I wanted to get in the first place. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right, so firstly, it says that there's going to be more that's going to be cut off to die, more that's going to be forsaken, more that's going to be left, okay, because they chose not to heed the wisdom, heed the warnings of the Lord. All right, and then the 1/3 is going to be preserved. All right, verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. All right, so the Lord is bringing us through the fire, and basically the fire. Let me see. Bear with me one moment, because I want to go back to Sirach. In Sirach chapter 2, verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So a furnace is, a place where, you burn something, all right? So that's why we're being put through the fire of adversity, all right? To try us, to see, for those, sorry, multiple precepts. Hold up. Don't just I remember it all. Second Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are seen are eternal. So in verse 16, we see, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. The outward man meaning the carnal man, or meaning the flesh. Right? The flesh is going to perish. The flesh is going to be done away with. All right? The flesh is not going to last. All right? But the inward man, the spiritual man, the spirit is going. Bear with me, another precept. Matthew chapter 26, verse 41, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right, so the spirit is able to go through all these adversities, all right, but the flesh is not. The flesh just wants to indulge in whatever wickedness that is available to them, because that's the flesh is. As it says, the flesh is weak. All right, the flesh wants to indulge where the spirit is. Our spirit says, yes, we can push through. We can make it. We can endure. We want to have the zeal for the Lord, primarily in the spirit. All right, but the flesh, it says, no, I can't take it anymore. Just let me go. Let me indulge. All right, I'll take it. All right, I'm just indulge. I don't want to push myself that hard. I just want to relax. I just want to enjoy myself. That's the flesh speaking to you. But you have to go against that flesh and reject your flesh. All right, reject your flesh and go for, you know, pleasing the Lord Yahawadah. All right, and that's a very hard thing for us to do. All right, it's a very hard thing to deny our flesh, because like one of the biggest examples of that is, you know, like say you're fasting for a whole 24 hours. All right, so when you fast, you know, the things that you absolutely need, all right, in order to survive, okay, that your flesh is asking for is food. And for you to be able to reject your body's desire for food for a whole 24 hours, all right, that's one area. That's the start of, you know, being spiritual. That's the start of, you know, showing your spiritual strength. All right, so that's why you should also make time, you know, make time in your schedule at least a few times a month, maybe, all right, to fast, all right, to put time for the Lord to, you know, grow your spirit, all right, grow your spirit. Not just, oh yeah, I'm hungry, let me go eat something, or you know what, I'm hungry, I know it's Sabbath, I know I can't cook, but you know what, let me go make something, whatever, because I'm hungry and whatnot. All right, like no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You know, or let me go buy something because I really need some fast food. All right, the Lord will understand. We're under grace. No, that's not how the Lord operates. All right, we have to, when we are able to reject our flesh. All right, even though yes, we do need to sometimes appease the flesh, but that's not. But we also need to reject our flesh to please Yahawadah. Yahawadah is more important than our flesh. And on top of that, fasting, there are literal health benefits to fasting. Okay, this was said by multiple different sources. Okay, Edomites have said it, Israelites have said it, brothers in the truth have said it, Jakes have said it, like different people have said it. All right, so definitely try to find some time, you know, to fast. All right. But yeah, with that, you know, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Once again, the links to all the videos are going to be down in the description. Definitely go check them out. If you don't see them in the description, check the community tab. But most likely they're going to be in the description. You know, with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the water, Yahweh, for allowing me to come out here to even do another lesson, all right, and shalom to you, Akim and Akwath out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this found captivity. And with that, I want to say shalom.